This is grade 8, chapter 10, part 3, modeling and solving two-step equations. So the two-step equations will be x divided by a plus b equals c. So the elevation of Qummanituaq, Nunavut, is 1 meter less than half the elevation of Prince Rupert, British Columbia. If the elevation of Qummanituaq is 18 meters, what is the elevation of Prince Rupert? So we know this, that Prince Rupert is half minus 1, and the Qummanituaq is 18 meters. So P, Prince Rupert, divided by 2 minus 1 equals 18. To isolate P, we move backwards on bed mass. Remember that. It's very important. Bed mass backwards to isolate. And we do the opposite. So is there subtraction? There is. So we're going to add. We're going to add 1 to this side. When we add 1 to this side, we add 1 to that side. So we're left with P divided by 2 equals 19. So P divided by 2, so we're going to multiply by 2 because what's happening to it right now? Division. Sorry, let's go back. We're done subtraction. We're done addition. There is no multiplication. So division is where we're at right now, and the opposite of division is multiplication. So we're going to times by 2. So what we do here, we multiply by 2 as well. 2 times P divided by 2 is the same as P. For instance, 2 times 5 divided by 2 is 5. 10 times 3 divided by 3 is 10. So P equals 19 times 2, 38. If we go back and we figure this out, P is 38 divided by 2 minus 1. So 38 is 19 minus 1. That's 18, which equals 18. So we are correct. Next question. X divided by 4 minus 5 equals negative 7. So let's go through subtraction. The opposite, positive, or plus. So we're going to add 5 to this side, plus 5 to both sides. Let's cancel that out. We're left with X divided by 4 equals negative 7 plus 5, negative 2. When we multiply this, to get rid of the 4, we have to multiply this by 4 as well. X equals negative 8. So that's when we double check this, negative 8 divided by 4 equals negative 2 minus 5 equals negative 7. That equals negative 7. We are correct. Again, bed mass backwards. So there is no subtraction, so we're going to skip that step. Addition, the opposite of negative. So we're going to subtract 1. We're going to subtract 1 from both sides. Negative P divided by 3 equals negative 4 minus 1, which equals negative 5. To get rid of this, we have to multiply by 3. Whatever we do to one side, we do to the other. So negative P equals negative 15. Now the tricky part here is you can think of it in two ways. Because there's a negative on both sides, they cancel each other out. Or you can think of it as this is negative. Sorry, I'll change back. This is negative as well as this is negative. And what's actually happening here is P times negative 1. So to get rid of that negative 1, we have to divide by negative 1. So we divide by negative 1 as well. Those cancel each other out. We're left with P equals 15. So if we plug this back into our equation, negative 15, because it's P equals 15, so negative P is 15 divided by 3 plus 1 equals negative 4. That's negative 5 plus 1 equals negative 4 equals negative 4. We are correct. During the 2006-2007 NHL season, Christian Huselius of Calgary Flames had a total of 41 more than half the number of shots on goal as Jarome Iginla. If Huselius had 173 shots on goal, how many did Iginla have? So we start with what Iggy had. He had 173 shots. So that's if Huselius had 173. So if Huselius had 173, we write that down because that's the answer. Now, Huselius had 41 more than half the number. So half the number of shots Jerome did. So Jerome is half the number plus 41, because 41 more and half the number. So that's how we're getting to these equations here. That will be the hardest part of this chapter. We'll be figuring out the equation. Now we go through our backwards bed mass. So there's no subtraction, there is addition. We subtract it by 41. So we subtract 41 on both sides. Jerome divided by 2 equals, those are gone. That equals 214 shots. Because we're done addition, now we're doing, there's no multiplication, so we're doing division. The opposite of division is multiplying. So we divide, or we multiply by 2. So Jerome had 448 shots. So if we're going to put this back in, 448 divided by 2 plus 41. 448 divided by 2 is, sorry, this should be 428 divided by 2. 428 divided by 2 is 214 plus 41, 214. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, this is why we double check our answers. So let's do this again. When we have, that's where, minus 41. So you see, this is why we double check our answers. Good thing you guys were here. All right, J divided by 2 equals 132 shots. Now that's correct. Now multiply that by 2 because we're on to that part. So J equals 264 shots. 264 divided by 2 plus 41, that's 132, plus 41, that's 173. We know that that's correct. Your homework is at the back of the class. Please, please, please come see me if you don't understand this.